When you are comparing yourself to another woman, especially in front of your man, you are using a highlighter and highlighting her out. When you pay too much attention to your competitor, you slow down your own process and you lose focus on your own track. How are your subconscious mind going to reprogram when all you do is thinking rich people are bad because you are comparing yourself? Let's talk about how to stop comparing and competing with others, especially females. Have you ever catched yourself feeling so unease when you see other people's success, beauty, status, achievement? Now, you understand that this is a low vibration and it's just not a good energy to give out. So you are trying to just tell it to go away. Stop getting jealous. You keep repeating in your head, do not compare. Just be happy for them. But you just can't stop. It just doesn't work. Why is that? Can you wholeheartedly be happy for them? Or you are just fabricating yourself because you know that you don't want to be that jealous person? Well, congratulations. At least you are aware. Here's what to do. Hi, it's your soul sister, Delilah. In this channel, we talk about self-improvement, healing, growth, and how to escape the matrix, love, and many other subjects. Today, I'd like to talk about a subject that a little bit on the side that I didn't want to talk about because it might trigger people, but I think it will help more because it helped me a lot. Let's dive right in. Let's talk about the negative consequences of wanting to compare yourself to others. How we can turn this dark energy, it's a low vibration energy, into something that would serve you for your own good, to help you elevate your life. Let's talk about where is it from. This sadly is what we have been programmed in our mind, especially with ladies. A lot of us grew up in patriarchy condition where you are taught to compete with each other. From teachers, parents, why can you be as good as her? Why can you be like other people's kid? Even advertisement. Do you see advertisement where they compare themselves to another brand, another company, even in a very passive way, but they are still comparing? Social media, TV shows, a lot of unhealed wound that trigger us into comparison because we observe other people and then validation. It's a very important factor that triggers us into comparing ourselves. I like to talk about what would happen to us if we are not changing the way we think about comparison, being competitive with others. Let's talk about the dark side. When you pay too much attention to your competitor, you slow down your own process and you lose focus on your own track. There's a story that I read from the book Bulletproof by Evie Pomparis. She talked about two runners. I'm going to call them runner A and runner B. Runner A was the fastest world runner and runner B beat him in just less than 0.5 seconds. A couple months after that, on a different racetrack, they had a chance to be in a battle together with each other. Runner A is still slower than Runner B. Runner B was leading way ahead. And toward the end, Runner A was already catching up pretty close. Runner B, however, inside his head think that he's already winning by seeing the distance between him and Runner A. So toward the end, before he hit the finish line, he turned around to check to see where his competitor is at. And that's the moment Runner A pass him and win the race. So what is the moral story for this? If he didn't turn around trying to check at his competitor, trying to see where they at, he would have won the race. You don't want to constantly looking around in such outer reflection while you're forgetting that you are on your own track. There is another interesting story that I read from a book a while ago. When you are comparing yourself to another woman, especially in front of your man, you are using a highlighter and highlighting her out. I'm the type of the woman that I don't get jealous when my man just slightly glance at another beautiful woman walk by. I used to be crazy jealous. I was so insecure. Don't get me wrong. If a man disrespect you to the point that you're sitting in front of him and he's not really looking at you and there's a beautiful woman walk by and he's like this, then yeah, it's different. Maybe he deserves a slap. Don't count me on this. Don't get physical, okay? I'm just joking, okay? You don't want to be like me in the past. But, he deserves a goodbye or just walk off and not paying attention to him. But a little glance, come on. It's normal to see someone walk by, and if they're beautiful, I mean, I like pretty girls. I look at them when they walk by, so why would I want to stop my partner from acknowledging, right? If I was the insecure type of person, I highlight her out by saying, do you think she have a nicer curve than me? Do you think that her hair color is prettier than me? He didn't even notice that woman that much. It was a quick glance. So quick to the point that he already forget about her the next second. But you have to go back and highlight her out. Now he's paying attention. Now he had to either look or repress the memory in his mind. And then he start to notice the woman, okay? And if that happened to be your waitress, then she's gonna keep coming back. How awkward would the energy be at the table between you and him and her now, right? So never highlight out another female just because you are feeling competitive to her and you want to compare yourself, okay? Don't do that. There is another interesting story. Yeah, I'm just lining up a story with you guys so you understand why is it bad. A guy told me that to get a girl's attention, he would talk to her friend in a group. He would check her out and flirt with her, but yet he was carrying on the conversation with her friend if she's acting stuck up, so that she can try to compete with her friend and talk to him. At first, when I hear this, it triggers me and I was mad, like, who do you think you are, just using us like that? But later on, I have to just calm my nerve down and think about the psychology side of what men think. They would do what it is to trigger the comparison part, because as women we are taught to be that way. Don't get me wrong, men, they are competitive too. You see in like hierarchy, there's different ranking and level, and they are competitive, but they make it very well known that, hey man, I want to compete with you on this election or something like that. But with women, it's on the catty side. It's either they admit it in a very sour way or they just kind of secretly hating on the other female. There's no need to compare. If you are a rose, she's a lily, and her over there is a lotus. We are beautiful in our own way. I'm Vietnamese music, then you are pop music, and your friend is EDC music, EDM music. Why would we compare when we're not even on the same music genre? It's ridiculous. It's like Thai food to Mexican food to Vietnamese food to Japanese food. We are unique in our own way. Just appreciate things for what it is. Recently, one of my friends told me when I sent her a channel from another girl and her channel was blowing up. So the friend was saying, you're better than her. Your channel should be blowing up. Now, if I allowed that to get to me, which my friend probably just thinking positive of me, there's nothing harmful about what she said. But if I allow my ego to believe that I am better than that girl, why isn't my channel blow up? That's right, huh? Then I would fall into the victim mindset that my luck is not good compared to her, or the algorithm is not fair. Or if I think, no, she's a lot better than me, I can't compare to her, then it's like an automatic white flag that I'm waving. Hey, I'm the loser right here. So instead, I take a step back, and of course I feel a certain way. I was being very fair. I was telling my friend that her channel blow up because she's unique in her own way. She has to be good, and that's why her audience find her. I'm happy for her, and maybe one day that will happen to me. All I need to do is focusing on keep getting better instead of resenting the algorithm, and eventually my audience will find me. Her audience and mine are mine. There's enough abundance to go around for all of us. Because I start thinking like that, I shift my slightly jealousy into inspiration. How can I get better? How can I continue to shine my authenticity while improving, that I can attract the right audience to my videos? Because if I devalue myself, then it's just a validation. Then I would start looking at what I receive as validation. When you look outside for validation, it's never enough. You will lose focus in your true purpose, in your true calling, because all you want to do is spend that energy into competing and comparing. You will get lost on your own route to work toward what truly matters to you. Then you will end up not being in alignment with who you are. For example, if I want a quick fix, I can just go back to my old channel and start doing skit. I probably would hit a lot more subscriber than now, but if I'm just focusing on comparing myself, I would get lost in that track because all I do is comparing the number of subscriber and view, but I'm not going on the right purpose that I supposed to, which is spreading message, which is being a boring self-improvement channel. Actually, I don't think I'm that boring, but the general idea of people who are not into self-improvement. Boring. No, it's not. Open your mind. Off subject again. If you compare and you're not using the right clarity state of mind, you will fall into trying to compete to the point that you don't know where you're going. When I was in my early 20s, I was waitressing. There was a really good looking guy came to the shop, and the girl next to me, seeing that he was paying attention to me, and I was talking to him, and then he asked for my number. I was not interested in him. I just didn't feel that click. But she was next to me and she said, "Oh, he asked for your number? Oh my God, I would get so jealous if you get with that guy. He's so hot." And what did I do? I tried to get to know the guy. I completely ignore my intuition that he might not even anywhere close to my type or whatever I like, but just that win feeling where I get the guy that the other girls want, make me want to give him a chance. And of course, it didn't go anywhere. This is exactly what I mean. And when you fall into this comparison mindset, you will beat yourself up because you are not dealt the card that other people dealt with. Some people are just born with silver spoon in their mouth and they're rich since birth. And what you're gonna do if you're not given that, right? You would compare in a very unhealthy way and turn yourself into a victim mindset. And then you will be so bitter. You hold resentment toward the people that are richer than you. And then subconsciously, you giving the rich people bad thoughts. How are you going to level up your life? How are your subconscious mind going to reprogram when all you do is thinking rich people are bad because you are comparing yourself? I know someone who's very talented. She's good at everything she does. And her paperwork status didn't allow her to travel and do a lot of things that her classmates were able to do. Instead of focusing on what she can explore and expand her own talent at, she hold resentment and bitter for years because she couldn't do the things that she was supposed to do because of her paperwork status. But that's not in her control. If she would have realized that, she would have changed her life a lot sooner than until she was in her mid-30s. That's when she realized, okay, I'm done with being the victim. See how much time she wasted? 15-20 years of honing her skill and become better as everything that she's given for. So whenever you catch yourself in a comparison mood, always ask yourself this. Maybe they have that, but what do I have? You know, maybe that person is pretty and they're easy on the eyes, but you have the charisma and you have the honesty that she doesn't have. So just focus on what you have and turn that into your power instead of trying to have what everyone else have. Why would we even want that anyways? It's so tiring. You will never have the whole world because it's like a vase and everybody is a type of flower. You cannot be every flower. Another mistake a lot of us do is we compare our current partner to our ex. I mean, just put yourself in the person's shoe. Do you like to be compared if someone compare you to the ex? No, right? So even if you feel like the person you're with right now is not providing for you and it's not matching the level of what you received in the past, start comparing yourself. Why are you lowering your standard? What does it speak about your quality of your choices? So instead of putting your energy into comparing, focus your energy into level yourself up, because once you level your life up, the partner will either level up with you or they will fall off the vibration. That is just the law of the universe. You don't have to try to be bitter and resentment. I should have stayed with that person. Maybe that ex of yours, he or she was leveling up, and that is why you fall off the vibration. Sorry, it might be the ugly truth, but it is the truth. Work on yourself. Don't compare. Now let's talk about our favorite part. What to do with this energy of comparison. Believe it or not, sexual energy is a very strong energy. So is hatred. So is comparison. There is a way. I learned from Robert Greene. He talked about how he used his energy of comparison and he channeled it into inspiration, into creativity, into ambition to write better books. Mel Robbins also talked about how she was feeling so jealous of all her alliance for having podcast channel before she does, and she was keep thinking that if she opened a channel right now, it will be too late, she'll never success. She started to use that channel into taking the action that is needed. Do not try to fight that competitive feeling. Those are your emotions and your feelings are valid. That doesn't mean you have to listen to them and sabotage yourself and other people. This is when I need you to acknowledge it. Let it come up and make space for it. Shift the focus to competing with yourself. What can I do to be better than the old me yesterday? To take me to where I want to be, which is the admiration of being where they are at. Or what can I be inspired by? Let's turn the comparison is the thief of happiness to comparison is the inspiration of happiness. It's the activation of mindfulness, the pushy energy for you to reach your greatest potential. I like that a lot better than comparison is the thief of happiness. I just want to remind you, if you truly love yourself, you would not allow yourself to keep falling deep into the comparison mindset and beating yourself up and other people up in your own mind. You will pay attention to your triggers. This is what I would do. I would close my eyes and I would imagine that the energy is right in the middle of my stomach where I get so nervous, anxious that I'm feeling jealous. And I would take deep breath and I would pour that energy all around my body, okay? From every part of my body. And I would lift it up to my heart. And I would transfer that energy to love. And I continue to take deep breath in and I would transfer that energy all the way to my head. And I would visualize it become firework and it will spread all over my body and it will become my inspiration, my motivation, and the courage that I need to have to level up, to be disciplined, to get better, to become a better version of the one that I was yesterday, which is the only person you should compare yourself to. All right, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, watch this one next. I think you'll find it useful. Please support my channel, hitting that like, subscribe button, share to those in need. Leave in the comment section. I love to hear what you have to think about this. Sending you so much love, clarity, and encouragement to shift this energy into something that will make you proud of yourself. And see you in the next video. Love you. Bye-bye.